If you're like me and you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, there's a very good chance that you're a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the 1980s version of the cartoon in particular. If you are, then you're going to find one of the most recent games in the franchise's history to be right up your alley. With various character cameos, small nods, and some surprising additions, this game feels like a love letter to longtime Turtles fans. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge sees the longtime villain back trying to take down the Turtles once again. The Foot Clan are on the search for various parts of Krang's body that have been spread around the city of New York, and it's up to you and as many as 5 other friends to do what you can to stop them. In doing so, you'll take down hundreds of the robotic baddies, alien dinosaurs, science experiments gone wrong, and even Shredder himself. From the beginning, you're dropped right into the action, and there's a huge arsenal of moves at the Turtles' disposal to take on the Foot. Strong attacks, diving spins, baseball slides, and much more allow you to juggle the Foot Clan soldiers around the level and even toss them back and forth between your own fighters, and it's immensely satisfying to do so. There's not really much reason to do so, it's just simply incredible fun to see how long you can keep the different baddies in the air. There is a leveling up system in the game, and as you play, you'll earn upgrades like additional super meter bars, which lets you dish out high strength attacks against a large area of effect, more health to keep you in the fight longer, and even more attacks to just simply dish out punishment. Shredder's Revenge feels like the natural progression of the classic arcade games, and it wouldn't have felt out of place if it had come to the arcades after the release of Turtles in Time, and I think if it had been, it could have ended up being hands down the most popular arcade release in the series' history. 6 players together on one screen simply leads to a huge amount of nearly uncontrolled chaos as enemies are flying everywhere, super move effects flash all over the screen, and fun is had by all involved. The game allows for drop-in and drop-out co-op at the press of a button. When playing online, you can open up lobbies to anyone that wants to jump in, or keep the action limited to your friends. There's no voice chat, no lobbies. The game's fairly bare bones in that respect, but it doesn't really need it. All you really want to do is get in and punch as many Foot Clan soldiers as you can to take down Shredder, and the game succeeds at doing that. It's simple to get into any game. There are 7 characters available to choose from, but only 6 of them will be available from the start. You can choose any of the 4 Turtles, April O'Neil, or Splinter. Leonardo's the all-around character, Raph is stronger, Donatello has more reach, and April is the fastest. They each have their own arsenal of moves that look unique and some slightly differing stats, but no matter who you'll choose, they'll all feel very natural to play. Each will have their own ending to the game, and there are plenty of reasons to go back and play through the game multiple times. It's not all positive news, however, as there were some issues during gameplay that caused player frustrations. Network disconnects, multiple instances of bosses appearing on screen, down enemies being locked to player character models, and more are only a few of the issues encountered during my time with the game's multiplayer. These could be localized to the Switch version of the game, as I didn't have any of these issues during the full story mode run on the Xbox One, but it's hard to tell at this point. None of these issues really hampered my experience with the game, as it was easy to get out and back into a game without breaking up the flow of play. If the developers can iron out these issues, there really isn't too much negative I can say about the game. It's simply great fun. Altogether, Shredder's Revenge has about 16 levels to play, and a full playthrough of the story mode will take you a couple of hours, playing alone or with friends. For an added challenge, there are multiple difficulties and an arcade mode that limits the number of lives that you have to finish the game. There are achievements tied to all of this as well. At this point, I've played through the game close to half a dozen times and have loved every minute of it. If you're a longtime fan of the Turtles, this walk down memory lane will bring up lots of happy memories playing with the action figures in your backyard or walking through the opening levels of the arcade game with fire raging all around you. If you're not a fan of the Turtles or you're new to brawlers, you'll find what I think is simply one of the best games in the genre to come around in a very long time. With games like Battletoads, Streets of Rage 4, and now this, the genre feels fresh for a resurgence, and this is simply one of the best places to get started.